Welcome everybody to my latest video. For this video, I'm basically going to show you guys the installation process for installing this arcade board into my Sega Astro City. Now this right here is known as the Happy Fish 302-in-1 arcade board. Long story short, it has 302 games on it. Now this is the basic package here. You got yourself a kick harness, the arcade board, a warranty card which is in Chinese I believe, so I don't think I'll be filling that thing out. Got some sort of instruction stickers right here, which unfortunately I have no idea what they say. And you got your Happy Fish user manual version 2.0. And this thing's for the most part useless. And why they call it Happy Fish, I don't know. But anyways, I've been thinking about getting this board for quite some time, and I finally decided to get it. And my next video, I'll actually give you guys my opinion and a sort of review of the arcade board. But for this one, this video, I'm just going to basically showing you the installation process. And why I'm making a video is because this is not just a simple plug and play. If you've been looking to buy one of these boards, some stores will actually tell you that if you have a JAMA compatible cabinet, all you need to do is attach the JAMA harness to here and you're ready to go. That's not the story. That's not the case at all. Even if you have no intention of installing the kick harness to play the games like Street Fighter or any fighters, and you just plan to play regular games, again, it's really not just straight plug and play. So first of all, this is like I said, the package. And if you'll notice, the arcade board does not come with any of the feet. Hold on, I'll show you what I'm referring to. Okay, here we are. And these are the feet I was referring to. So you get the board, but you also need to order some of these. I guess you don't have to, but it makes installing the board a little bit easier. So I'm going to go ahead and install the board as it is now and just hook it up to my cabinet. And I'm going to show you what happens if you just straight plug it into your harness and try and start playing. Okay, I have a credit in, and let's go ahead and press start. We'll just pick Ryu. Now, as you can see, the color's a little off, and you got some waviness going on up here. And this is actually as good as it's gotten. So, is it playable? Yes. But there's something you gotta do in order to make this visually more appealing. Look, you can see right there, you see how the color is starting to fade, and you got some waviness over here. So let me show you what you need to do. Okay guys, so now I'm going to show you how to fix that wavy visual problem you just saw. Now before I get started, you gotta remember something. If you've seen some of my older videos, you'll know that when I show you people how to do something, how to fix a problem, how to repair a problem, I show you the quick and easy way. It may not be pretty. There are other ways to do it that are much cleaner. But the way I do things and the way I like to show you guys how to do things, it's for the average person who doesn't have the necessary tools that a more experienced arcade person would have. So what I'm going to show you is basically for the person who doesn't have a soldering iron or who doesn't know how to use a soldering iron. So keep that in mind. It may not be pretty, but it gets the job done. Now, the reason you got that wavy visual problem is because of this wire right here. This is pin number 14 on your JAMA harness, and this is the video ground. Now as you can see, I kind of tied away all these other wires to give you guys a better look at what you're going to have to deal with. Now you can just count from left over to right and you'll get pin number 14. Or just look at the two wires next to it, this blue and red. These are your color wires. This is your video red and your video blue. Now on your jamming cabinet, this ground wire is hooked up to your monitor. Now what we need to do is we need to cut this wire. So you can yank it out and it's not going to do any harm, but I'm going to suggest that we come over a couple inches and cut about right here. And this is in case you ever want to go back to having a regular jamming cabinet. So what we need to do is cut this wire, and we need to take the wire and connect it over to one of these ground wires over here. So let me go ahead and do that, and I'll show you what the end result is. Okay guys, hopefully you can focus in on this. If not, just try and follow along. But I took the video ground wire from pin 14, I cut it. So one side is still connected to the harness, don't worry about that. Now we have this one right here. This is connected to your monitor still. So remove about 3/4 of an inch of the protective coating to reveal the inside wire. And go over here to your ground wire at the end, and as you can see, it's probably not focusing in too good, but you can see that I cut and then I spliced the wire back together, and let me show you why I did that. Okay, now as you can see, the black wire on your right hand side, that is the wire that's hooked up to the monitor, and these two wires right here, this was the ground wire at the end, and as you can see, I cut them and I spliced everything together. So now your arcade monitor is hooked up to this ground wire. So next thing you want to do is just take some electrical tape and wrap all around here. Doesn't have to be fancy, and let me show you the end result of the former visual problem. Alright, take a look, and now you can see our colors are more along the lines of what they should be. So do you have to switch the grounding wire? Probably not. It's sort of playable, but trust me, just switch it and it'll look 100 times better. Okay, here we are, and I got the kick harness installed. Now as you can see, there are 4 wires, a purple, an orange, a green, and a blue. Now I'll inform you guys as to which wire goes where on your control panel later on in this video. But I just wanted to show you, this is how the kick harness goes in. As you can see, right there, you can see 2 little tabs, and they go inside those 2 slots there. So anyways, we'll get back to this later, but I just wanted to show you guys this before I went on. Okay, so there I just explained what wires go to where on your control panel for hooking up your kick harness. Now the final step is all you need to do is supply a ground wire to your player 1 and player 2 buttons 5 and 6. Now what I suggest is buy yourself a spare kick harness. Now that's what I did, and these 3 wires right here, these are ground wires that are already daisy chained to each other. Just go ahead and cut those off your spare kick harness. Now I always have at least 1 spare kick harness that I use for parts. It's a cheap, basically it's a cheap piece of tooling. I need wire, I go to my spare and I cut what I need, such as a situation like this. So there's some advice for you, because if you're ever working on arcade cabinets, you know, you're always going to need wire. You're always going to need these little God, what are they called? The little ends that slip onto the switches. But anyways, got my spare kick harness. I cut off this end, and actually I only need one of these, or actually I need two of them. Sorry about that. But anyways, they're already daisy chained. Just hook them into the ground switches on your buttons, and the other end, go ahead and cut away the protective coating, and then find your ground wire that's already here, and go ahead and cut and splice this into that ground wire, and then you're ready to go. That's it. You can sort of see, I don't know if it's focusing in, but that's what I did. This brown wire is my ground, and this is my spare wire that I had. So I cut away, and I actually cut and spliced into the ground wire that's right here. So it kind of looks like a little rat's nest right now. I haven't really had time to make it all nice and neat, but for the most part it's done. And there you go. So let's go ahead and power this thing on, and let's see if it works during some gameplay. Done the same thing over there. So let's go ahead and power it on. Okay guys, here we are. We're going to play one of my favorite games of all time, Street Fighter Alpha 3. And you can just see how everything's up and going. So let's get to it. It's just a little quick playthrough, nothing special. I haven't played this game in quite some time, actually. But as you can see, everything's going good. So stay tuned for my next video. I'll probably give a more in-depth review of this PCB and let you know my overall opinion of it, and if I think it's worth the price I paid for it. So until next time.
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.